Thank you, Scream.
She took an arrow to the heart, and now it looks like Julia Hart is set to return soon to AEW. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling, and we might be having a long-term injury. Coming back from injury, they're coming back to beef up the roster, as Wrestling Headlines have put it. They said that Julia Hart and also Kenny Omega will be returning to the company shortly to add some much needed star power, star attraction to the men's and women's divisions. But we're not going to be talking about Kenny Omega because we've seen no concrete proof that he's coming back anytime soon. But Julia Hart did say last month that she was ready to come back, that she was just waiting on the call from the company and she was ready to go. During a signing, she says, quote, "I am ready. I'm just waiting for the call. Who knows when I'll pop up," end of quote. And in the same week, we had Brody King saying that fans would be seeing Hart very soon. Now, obviously, we know Hart's been out since 2024 AEW Dynasty back in April. Such a great pay-per-view. I can't name you one thing from it.
Yeah, I couldn't name you one thing from it, but here, now I can. Did you get injured?
Yeah.
It's a history learning edition of Fog Wrestling.
Was that Sting's final show?
No, it was Revolution.
Was that before or after that?
This was after.
You know what? I think I've lost complete interest since Sting left.
I think the problem with AEW is that they never used to do loads of pay-per-views. I feel like they get one like every couple of weeks now. Yeah,
they just don't feel as important as they used to. Anyway, then we seen this week on Collision that there was a brand new vignette. And I mean, we all like vignettes. Vignettes are good. I don't know why they stopped doing vignettes. Especially, I mean, I think they're beginning to do them a little bit more now. But there was a period where they just stopped doing them altogether. And then they would just debut these new people. And you would have no idea who they are. And you just look back at when wrestling was good. Pretty much everybody got vignettes before their debut, unless it was a surprise appearance. But, I mean, I'm looking at... We're watching ECW. You look at the likes of Punk and Kofi Kingston, Test. We've seen... You got vignettes for everybody. You always got vignettes. I don't know why they stopped doing vignettes, but... We've seen this vignette where she is doing her old gimmick. She's doing cheerleading on a football pitch, and then we see the dark version of Julia Hart in the stands, and we see her screaming, and she's got a mask on, and then it's weird. She like gets a bow and arrow and like literally shoots this bow and arrow from the stands, and normally people take an arrow to the knee. This time Julia Hart, as the cheerleader gimmick, took an arrow to the chest, killing her. Then she falls onto the football pitch, and we see different versions of her changing, going from like House of Black Julia Hart to cheerleader Julia Hart, and then it kind of fades away. And I mean, I guess it's symbolic. I guess they're trying to show that the cheerleader version of her is dead, but I mean, it's been dead for well over a year now. When she was last on TV, she was in the House of Black. This seems like something you would do if you were just changing character and you were trying to forget about the old gimmick. But I mean, she's not been a cheerleader. She's not been a cheerleader for about 2 years now.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a very strange way for them to reintroduce her. But you know what? People were saying it had Lucha Underground vibes, and I mean, fair play for doing a vignette, but it just doesn't make much sense to me.
It doesn't make sense, right? Because we live we're watching a company that doesn't keep kayfabe all that well. When they've got any excuse to like break it, they literally do it, right? They do not hold back. Lucha Underground worked because it was literally all confined to the one arena. They didn't like break kayfabe on Twitter. They didn't do these like post press conference shit where they actually like, break it to the press. So again, I don't think this was portrayed as like, here, she's literally been killed. I think it was like a simple case of that's in the past. That gimmick's dead.
Yeah, but we already knew that.
And there, that's a problem in itself, I guess, as well. But I think people might be looking too much into this. Like, is AEW going to go down this Lucha Underground cinematic route? Here, I'm on my hands and knees for something in wrestling to go down a decent route, man. I tell you.
Well, I mean, we'll have to wait and see. I don't think I believe that AEW is going to go in a different direction. I'm just a bit. I like vignettes. No, I'm not going to complain if we got vignettes.
No, I'm not going to complain.
I just don't think this one made much sense.
No, it didn't make much sense.
But here, it was probably the best thing on Collision.
Yeah, I can't remember. Did I go through the clips? No, actually, that was last week. I mean, it probably had one of the higher rated clips, I would say.
I can't remember last time. Who beat Julia Hart? Was it Willow Nightingale?
I think it might have been.
Just done nothing.
It doesn't feel like April.
Doesn't feel like April, but almost 7 months out now. She's set to come back. So, does she add star power to the women's division? Not convinced about that.
No. I mean, you can change your character, you can shoot yourself with a bow and arrow, but here, unless that arrow adds fucking star power, man, it's going to add hee-haw.
Anyway, there's no relation to Bret Hart, so he'd probably give her a 4 out of 10, like.
She's better than fucking Natalya, I'll give her that.
I think she is, I've had more...
Actually has the name Hart in her fucking name for a start.
Instead of Neidhart, you know, like, it doesn't fart.
Doesn't bore us, not as plastic, not as old, not as boring. Well, maybe it might be as boring, but you know what? There's a lot of plus points.
No, I mean, I think so. House of Black's alright. We'll give it a chance, eh? Malachi Black, House of Black. Let's see what they've got in store for us. Julia Hart's coming back, guys. Wrestling's going to be great again. All you negative people out there, you need to wake up. Wrestling's great. Julia Hart's going to come back. She's going to change the game. Tony Khan will be laughing when he looks at the ratings in a few months' time and he sees Dynamite and Collision beating Raw and SmackDown thanks to Julia Hart coming back. So, you know.
You're right, we do need to wake up, because when I wake up tomorrow, I'll be back to burying this shite.
I'll be Triple H with the arrow in his heart after Julia Hart comes down and lays this SmackDown. So, yeah, Julia Hart soon to, not re-debut, but I mean, I don't know, reappear from her injury. Fair play to her.
Return?
Don't like that might be the word I'm looking for. Honestly, have I missed her though? Probably not. Probably not. And I mean, I wonder if this will do anything for Sky Blue, who seems to have just been totally forgotten about since Julia Hart was on the sidelines.
Sky Blue. Wait and see. I think just AEW's got a lot of women they don't do nothing with. I think they live in the WWE bubble where they just push the same women. You agree with that?
Yeah, and every new woman that comes in, it pushes the existing woman they're doing a level or two.
Yep.
But anyway, women's division definitely needs shaking up. But for me, it's been very lackluster since Toni Storm dropped the belt to Mariah May. What's she done? Where's the big feud? There hasn't been one. Mercedes Moné's had a really lackluster time as champ. There's nothing really happening. I mean, they've got 2 belts and there's not one interesting thing going on. You know, Britt Baker seems to come back once every 3 months. She has a match and then she disappears again. I don't know what she's doing. Maybe beating Adam Cole at a bodybuilding contest or something.
It could be that, which isn't hard, but maybe the fact that that's out in the public, the main, those two are no longer... maybe that was the only thing keeping her in the company.
Maybe she does have a career as a dentist, so I mean, who knows? Who knows? But anyway, guys, that's it. Let us know down below. Are you excited to see Julia Hart return, or are you waiting for Kenny Omega? I hear the battle cry. Dun, dun.
He wrestles 9-year-olds. He's a weirdo. Bye. Bye, bye, bye.
He's bye. Remember that match against Moxley? Jesus.
Well, what is it with Kenny Omega and
Extreme,
the people that like him?
Explosion barbed wire massacre?
I don't care about that. I'm talking about his matches in Japan where he's literally shoving his fucking fingers up guys' asses. What's he doing?
That's just not right. Like,
no.
The only thing I will say to Kenny about Kenny, he's got a look.
Yeah, but what good's the look if he's shoving his fists up guys' asses? You know what I mean?
No, that's a bad look. That, my friends, is not cool.
See, if he created an arena with a SmackDown fist, it'd be shite all over it.
If someone, I mean, yeah, I think Carlito should be spitting apples in the face of Kenny Omega.
No, let's be honest, right? Like, how do people have a problem with, like, previous eras in wrestling? Oh, brand panties and all that stuff. I mean, Kenny Omega literally was shoving his fucking fingers up guys' asses. He's wrestling fucking 9-year-olds.
Imagine if McMahon did that shit.
Yeah, but, like, McMahon... Yeah, but you're right, though. It's like... See everything in WWE?
Blow up dolls? Although I mean, Mick Foley did wrestle a cardboard Rocky cutting it, so I mean...
The wrestling of 9-year-olds is just fucking weird to me, especially of the opposite sex. Just fucking weird. I mean, I think it's weird then, but I mean, you seen it at Mania a few years ago, like, Nicholas teamed up with Strowman. It's not like the Bar worked a fucking match with Nicholas, like, you know what I mean? They worked a match with Strowman.
Yeah, anyway, that's it, guys. We'll catch you... Wait, nah. I was going to ask, who the 9-year-old was, because I'm assuming by now they'd probably be a wrestler.
Nicholas?
The one that Kenny Omega wrestled?
I thought it was real.
Nah, because I was about to say that, but then I remembered she's actually pretty old.
Someone said it was real.
Or maybe it is real and she just looks old.
Aye, that's it, yeah.
Oh, because we did that thing. So it probably was real.
It was real.
Where'd that get her? What kind of rub did that give Rio? The Rio rub, didn't they work for Kenny Omega? Where's she? 91 pounds. First ever AEW champion.
I don't know what they do in Japan, right? They are pretty weird over there, but whose parents sign off on a half-naked man wrestling your 9-year-old fucking daughter in the ring? Even if he's bi, so I mean, he likes that shit. I mean, that's just weird, man. I don't care what people say.
I get what you're saying, like, but I'm going to actually defend Kenny Omega here. There's no...
No, it's not...
There's nothing to suggest that he's, like... a creep, right? But I get what you're...
He's shoving his fingers up guys' asses, I think,
Well, I'd be a bit concerned if he was doing that in the match against the 9-year-old, but, I mean, thankfully, he kept that to the adult match or whatever, but...
Oh, the adult match? Like, it's alright. Fuck off.
Anyway, come on, there's been worse people in wrestling than Kenny Omega. There's been worse, dodgier moves than that done.
Any gayer than fucking Kenny?
Fucking Joey. Than Kenny. Oh, sure, Joey Ryan. Well, actually, Joey Ryan used to go around groping people, and it turned out he was a sex abuser or whatever he was. So,
what's that other guy? Looks like Batista. Ain't Joey Ryan?
Mason Ryan.
But changed sex.
Oh, fuck! Not Tyler. Tyler X.
That's him, man.
Him, man. Some question. This wrestling. It's a weird game, isn't it?
It's just a deadly game.
Some questionable shit going on here. Anyway, guys, that's it. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and until next time, peace.